Health Watch Today with award-winning broadcast journalist and former ABC and CBS News anchor, Nancy J.
Hi, back in January, we revealed a breakthrough study on the health benefits of the goji berry. As you may remember, the goji berry has been called the superfruit of the year by Time magazine and was featured in the Los Angeles Times. Goji was praised by America's doctor, Mehmet Oz, on the Oprah Winfrey Show, who recommended it as a vitality food that can promote everything, including longevity. Used for thousands of years in Chinese medicine, goji has a long history of use for improving many different aspects of human health. And according to news reports, even superstars like Mick Jagger are using goji juice to improve their health. Today, we're back with some even more important information on this remarkable berry. Returning as guest experts, we have with us today Dr. Haru Amagasi, Chief Scientific Officer for Free Life International, the leading goji company in the world. Dr. Amagasi holds a doctorate in pharmacology and pharmaceutical sciences from Hiroshima University in Japan and performed his postdoctoral fellowship in nutrition at Penn State University. He's published more than 30 scientific papers and holds 13 patents. Welcome back, Doctor.
Morning, Nancy. It's great to be back here.
Also returning, we have Mr. Rick Handel, Chief Product Officer for Free Life International. Mr. Handel has been in the nutrition industry for more than 30 years and holds numerous U.S. patents for novel delivery technologies to improve the absorption and bioavailability of nutrients in the human body. Thanks so much for coming back to our program, Mr. Handel.
It's a pleasure to be back again, Nancy.
Now, the last time you were on our show, you announced a major new study that's just been released on your goji juice called GoChi. What's happened since then, Dr. Amagasi?
The study has been accepted for publication in a peer-reviewed medical journal.
Now, that sounds like very good news, but can you tell me what you mean by a peer-reviewed medical journal?
Certainly. Some medical and scientific journals will accept and publish clinical studies without first investigating whether they were conducted properly or even if their results are valid. But that's not true of the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine. It's a peer-reviewed journal, and that means that it prides itself on integrity and scholarship. So it will not accept a study that contains any false or misleading statements. Before the journal would accept our study, first it had to be submitted to the scrutiny of a panel of experts who, quite frankly, were looking to poke holes in it. But after careful review, the expert panel ruled that our study design was sound, our methods were consistent with good clinical practice, our data and calculations were accurate, and our findings were valid.
Wow, that really is great news. Now, for the benefit of our viewers who may have missed the first program, can you summarize the results of that first study?
Absolutely. Basically, this study showed that people who drank GoChi, our standardized goji juice, reported feeling 13 pretty remarkable health benefits in just 14 days. And that was with a daily serving of just 4 ounces or 120 milliliters. For starters, the people who drank GoChi in our study found it much easier to awaken feeling refreshed and well-rested. They also felt a lot more energy, and yet GoChi contains no caffeine or any other stimulant at all. Our GoChi group also reported feeling a lot less fatigue, which means that they had more stamina and endurance when they needed it. Those taking GoChi also experienced enhanced mental acuity, so they felt a lot sharper at the end of the study than they did when it began. They also found it easier to focus on activities, and we all know how difficult that can be when life throws so many distractions at us. The GoChi group also saw improvements in athletic performance, and with increased energy and stamina, sharper mental abilities, and more intense focus, I can't imagine a better competitive edge. Our study also showed a significant reduction of stress in the GoChi drinkers. This is important because chronic stress can lead to premature aging and a whole host of debilitating conditions. The GoChi drinkers also experienced profound feelings of calm. And I think you'll agree with me, we can all use a little more inner peace. They also reported increased feelings of contentment. That means feeling good about yourself, being more comfortable in your own skin. The GoChi group was also happy to report feeling happier. And that's no surprise. For 4,000 years, goji's been legendary throughout Asia as the happy berry. The GoChi drinkers also felt healthier. And who wouldn't, given all of the other health improvements seen in this study? The participants even experienced significantly improved bowel regularity with GoChi. And finally, they experienced significant improvement in their quality of sleep. And this enabled them to wake up the next morning feeling refreshed and well-rested and begin the whole cycle all over again.
Those are some pretty remarkable findings for a nutritional juice. So what does the latest research show?
Well, Nancy, the GoChi drinkers in our first study spoke of feeling 13 benefits in 14 days. But we wanted to know if people would experience even greater benefit if they continued to drink GoChi for, let's say, 30 days.
Okay, so you're saying that you extended your study from 14 days to 30 days?
Actually, no. We designed 2 new studies with all new test subjects.
And just like our first clinical trial, these new studies were randomized, double-blind, and placebo-controlled.
Can you explain for our viewers what that means?
Sure. We used the same design in both studies. In each one, the participants were divided into 2 groups, selected at random. Randomizing is done to make it impossible for researchers to try to stack the deck by putting the healthy people in one group and the unhealthy ones in the other. The studies were also placebo-controlled, meaning that in each one group was given GoChi and the other one was given a placebo. That's a similar tasting drink that contained no GoChi at all. And here's the most important part. The participants didn't know whether they were drinking the real GoChi or the inactive placebo. And even the scientists had no idea of what each group was drinking. That's called double blinding. And by the way, the participants in our new studies had never even used GoChi before. In fact, they had never even heard of Free Life. We even engaged a prestigious third-party medical institution to conduct these studies.
Well, you obviously went to great lengths to ensure fairness and honesty. So tell me, what were these studies about?
Well, in the first study, we wanted to see if 4,000 years of tradition could be scientifically validated. You know, the ancient healers of Asia didn't know about clinical research, but they were great observers. And they saw that the people who took GoChi every day were significantly healthier and more resilient than those who didn't use it. Today, scientists believe that this is because of GoChi's unique effects on the immune system, and that's been shown in a number of studies. And so our study followed 60 people for 30 days. And at the end, those who had been given GoChi had their immune defenses significantly enhanced in 3 important ways.
But how did they know that their immune systems were improving? Could they feel it?
Well, this time, Nancy, the proof was in the blood tests that were conducted by the researchers to measure 3 key markers for immune health. And here's what they found. The first thing that was noted in the GoChi group was a significant increase in lymphocytes. These are the small white blood cells that circulate throughout the body to defend against bacteria, viruses, and toxins. They also have a large role in commanding and directing many functions of our highly complex immune systems. The GoChi drinkers in this study also experienced a significant increase in a special protein called interleukin-2, or more simply, IL-2. IL-2 has an essential job as a cell messenger. It spreads the danger alarm whenever the body's under attack. And then it recruits stem cells so that they can be turned into T cells. And those are the elite commandos of the immune system. T cells can intercept and destroy anything that would put us in jeopardy.
But they cannot do it without IL-2. So the increase seen in our study is something really special.
Okay, I see. I didn't realize that the immune system was so complex. It sounds like an army.
It's even more than that. It's like all of the armed forces rolled into one. And then there are the antibodies. They operate like secret agents, working undercover to root out bacteria, viruses, molds, yeast, and allergens. And once they find them, they mark them for destruction by other divisions of the immune system. A very powerful antibody is called immunoglobulin G, or IgG. And in our study, the GoChi group showed a significant increase in this most important immune fighter. Now, unfortunately for the placebo group, they didn't see any meaningful changes in IgG or in any of the other immune markers. But the GoChi group significantly improved their immune defenses. 19% more IgG, 27% more lymphocytes, and 58% more IL-2. Scientists call that immunocompetence.
Well, I call it impressive.
Thank you, Nancy. Wait until you will see our next study.
Yes, it sheds some new light on a very popular and newsworthy subject, antioxidants.
I've heard that antioxidants are supposed to help prevent premature aging, so I'm very interested in that. But I must say that I'm a little confused. There seem to be a number of exotic juice products on the market, and each one claims to have the highest antioxidant score. Now, how can that be?
Most of these superfruits and exotic juices are talking about their antioxidant scores based on the ORAC test. But that only measures antioxidant potential in a test tube. It can't determine if an antioxidant will actually work in your body, and that's a far more important thing to know. Sadly, many of these high ORAC fruit antioxidants are poorly absorbed from the digestive tract or not at all. That was the conclusion of a landmark 2004 study that was reported in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. What your body really needs are more of its own powerful antioxidant enzymes, glutathione peroxidase and superoxide dismutase, which is also called SOD. These antioxidants circulate in the blood to protect every cell against harmful free radicals. But our production of these essential enzymes diminishes with age or if we're under stress. Now, we were aware of research that suggested that GoChi could increase both SOD and glutathione peroxidase, so we decided to put the theory to the test. And sure enough, after tracking 50 healthy adults for 30 days, we found that the GoChi group had improved their antioxidant status with statistically significant increases of not just one, but both important blood antioxidants.
You know, an increase of these two enzymes has other benefits.
That's true. SOD is one of the body's most potent anti-inflammatory agents, and glutathione is essential for the body's detoxification reactions. And here's something else. The increase in antioxidant power seen in the GoChi group was also accompanied by a significant reduction of MDA. That's a particularly toxic and dangerous free radical. So for the GoChi group, their antioxidant activity was up. Their free radical damage was down. Unfortunately for the placebo group, they just didn't receive any meaningful benefit.
Now, this research seems fairly cutting edge. Why do you think other nutrition companies aren't doing this kind of research?
Well, I can't really answer for the other companies, but I do know that this kind of research is expensive. And it requires a certain amount of confidence that your product, if tested, is going to get good results. We are willing to invest in the research because we're committed to remaining on the cutting edge of GoChi science and giving our customers the very best products that can be produced.
Okay, so where can I get more information on GoChi?
You can go to our website at freelife.com or contact your local Free Life marketing executive.
Okay, well, I think we need to close the show with a GoChi toast. What do you think, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's see.
Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers.
wait. It smells great. I mean, it's fresh.
Oh, absolutely.
It tastes. Let me see how it tastes. Smooth. It's really fantastic. I really like it.
It really does, yes.
It's great. It's great. Dr. Haru Amagasi and Rick Handel, thank you so much for joining us. Here's to our